Come on, deities. I'll see you in a few weeks.
Wait.
Hare Krishna.
Wait, Lavanya. I don't know why it's not working. Can you make it the cable, the white cable, closer? No, the whole thing closer to me.
No,
yeah. But we're reading from Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Ādi-līlā chapter 12, the expansions of Advaita Acharya. Text 78. There are multifarious branches and sub-branches of Advaita Acharya. It is very difficult to enumerate them fully. I have simply given a glimpse of the whole trunk and its branches and sub-branches. After describing the branches and sub-branches of Advaita Acharya, I shall now attempt to describe some of the descendants of Sri Gadadhar Pandit, the most important among the branches. The chief branches of Sri Gadadhar Pandit were Sri Dhruvananda, 2. Śrīdhar Brahmachari, 3. Haridas Brahmachari, and 4. Raghunath Bhagavatacharya. The fifth branch was Ananta Acharya, the sixth Kavidatta, the seventh Nayan Mishra, the eighth Gangamantri, the ninth Mamu Thakur, and the 10th Kanta Baram. The 11th branch of Gadadhar Swāmī was Bhugarbha Gosai, and the 12th was Bhagavad Das. Both of them went to Vrindavan and resided there for life. The 13th branch was Vaninatha Brahmachari, and the 14th was Ballabha Chaitanya Das. Both of these great personalities were always filled with love of Krishna. The 15th branch was Srinath Chakravarti, the 16th Uddhava. The 17th Chitta Mitra, and the 18th Jagannath Das. The 19th branch was Sri Hari Acharya, the 20th Sadhupurya Gopal, the 21st Krishnadas Brahmachari, and the 22nd Puspa Gopal. The 23rd branch was Sri Harsha, the 24th Raghu Mishra, the 25th Lakshminath Pandit, the 26th Chaitanya Das, and the 27th Raghunath. The 28th branch was Amogha Pandit, the 29th Hasti Gopal, the 30th Chaitanya Ballabha, the 31st Yadu Kanguli, the 32nd Mangala Vaishnava. Shivananda Chakravarti, the 33rd branch, who always lived in Vrindavan with firm conviction, is considered an important branch of Gadadhar Pandit. Thus I have briefly described the branches and sub-branches of Gadadhar Pandit. There are still many more that I have not mentioned here. All the followers of Gadadhar Pandit are considered great devotees because they have Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as their life and soul. Simply by remembering the names of all these branches and sub-branches of the three trunks I have described, Nityananda, Advaita and Gadadhar, one attains freedom from the entanglement of material existence. Simply by remembering the names of all these Vaishnavas, one can attain the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Indeed, simply by remembering their holy names, one achieves the fulfillment of all desires. Therefore, offering my obeisances at the lotus feet of them all, I shall describe the pastimes of the gardener Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in chronological order. The ocean of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is immeasurable and unfathomable. Who can take the courage to measure that great ocean? It is not possible to dip into that great ocean, but its sweet mellow flavor attracts my mind. I therefore stand on the shore of that ocean to try to taste but a drop of it. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I Krishna Das narrate Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, following in their footsteps. Chapter 13. The Advent of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus I have spoken the preface of Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Now I shall give a synopsis of the entire book in the form of quotes. First, let me state the pastime of the Lord in quotes. Then I shall describe them in detail. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, adventing himself in Navadvip, was visible for 48 years, enjoying his pastimes. In the year 1407 of the Shaka era, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, and in the year 1455 he disappeared from this world. For 24 years, Lord Chaitanya lived in the Grihastha ashram, always engaging in the pastimes of the Hare Krishna movement. After 24 years, he accepted the renounced order of life, sannyas, and he resided for 24 years more at Jagannath Puri. Of these last 24 years, he spent the first 6 years continuously touring India, sometimes in South India, sometimes in Bengal, and sometimes in Vrindavan. For the remaining 18 years, he continuously stayed in Jagannath Puri, chanting the nectarian Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. He inundated everyone there in a flood of love of Krishna. The pastimes of his household life are known as Ādi-līlā, or the original pastimes. His later pastimes are known as Madhya-līlā and Antya-līlā, or the middle and final pastimes. All the pastimes enacted by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Ādi-līlā were recorded in the form of quotes by Murari Gupta. His later pastimes, Madhya-līlā and Antya-līlā, were recorded by his secretary, Swarup Damodar Swāmī, and thus kept within a book. By seeing and hearing the notes recorded by these two personalities, a Vaishnava, a devotee of the Lord, can know these pastimes one after another. In his original pastimes, there are 4 divisions: Baliya, Pokanda, Kaishora, and Jovana. Childhood, early boyhood, later boyhood, and youth. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the full moon evening in the month of Falguna, an auspicious time full of auspicious symptoms, when Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advented himself with the chanting of the holy name Hare Krishna. On the full moon evening of the month of Falguna, when the Lord took birth, coincidentally there was also a lunar eclipse. In jubilation, everyone was chanting the holy name of the Lord, Hari, Hari, and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then appeared, after first causing the appearance of the holy name. At his birth, in his childhood, in his early and later boyhood, as well as in his youth, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, under different pleas, induced people to chant the holy name of Hari, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. In his childhood, when the Lord was crying, he would stop immediately upon hearing the holy names Krishna and Hari. All the friendly ladies who came to see the child would chant the holy names Hari, Hari as soon as the child would cry. When all the ladies saw this fun, they enjoyed laughing and called the late Gora Hari. Since then, Gora Hari became another of his names. His childhood lasted until the date of Hatekari, the beginning of his education, and his age from the end of his childhood until he married is called Pakunda. After his marriage, his youth began, and in his youth he induced everyone to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra anywhere and everywhere. During his Pakunda age, he became a serious student and also taught disciples. In this way, he used to explain the holy names of Krishna everywhere. When teaching a course in grammar and explaining it with notes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught his disciples about the glories of Lord Krishna. All explanations culminated in Krishna, and his disciples would understand them very easily. Thus his influence was wonderful. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a student, he asked whomever he met to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. In this way, he inundated the whole town of Navadvip with the chanting of Hare Krishna. Just prior to his youthful life, he began the Sankirtan movement. Day and night he used to dance in ecstasy with his devotees. The Sankirtan movement went on from one part of the town to another, as the Lord wandered everywhere, performing kirtan. In this way he inundated the whole world by distributing love of Godhead. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived in the Navadvip area for 24 years. He then induced every person to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and thus merge in love of Krishna. For his remaining 24 years, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after accepting the renounced order of life, stayed at Jagannath Puri with his devotees. For 6 of these 24 years in Nilachal, Jagannath Puri, he distributed love of Godhead by always chanting and dancing. Beginning from Cape Comorin and extending through Bengal to Vrindavan, during these 6 years he toured all of India, chanting, dancing and distributing love of Godhead. The activities of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his travels after he accepted sannyas are his principal pastimes. His activities during his remaining 18 years are called Ādi-līlā, or the final portion of his pastimes. For 6 of the 18 years, he continuously stayed in Jagannath Puri. He regularly performed kirtan, inducing all the devotees to love Krishna simply by chanting and dancing. For the remaining 12 years, he stayed in Jagannath Puri. He taught everyone how to taste the transcendental mellow ecstasy of love of Krishna by tasting it himself. A purport of Srila Swāmī Maharaj. A person who is advanced in Krishna consciousness always feels separation from Krishna, because such a feeling of separation excels the feeling of meeting Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In his last 12 years of existence within this world at Jagannath Puri, taught the people of the world how, with a feeling of separation, one can develop his dormant love of Krishna. Such feelings of separation or meeting with Krishna are different stages of love of Godhead. These feelings develop in time when a person seriously engages in devotional service. The highest stage is called Prema Bhakti, but this stage is attained by executing sadhana bhakti. One should not try to elevate himself artificially to the stage of Prema Bhakti without seriously following the regulative principles of sadhana bhakti. Prema Bhakti is the stage of relishing, whereas sadhana bhakti is the stage of improving in devotional service. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught this cult of devotional service in full detail by practical application in his own life. It is said, therefore, Apani Achari Bhakti Shikamai Sabare. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, and in the role of Krishna Bhakti, a devotee of Krishna, he instructed the entire world how one can execute devotional service and thus go back home, back to Godhead in due course of time. Day and night, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt separation from Krishna. Manifesting symptoms of this separation, he cried and talked very inconsistently, like a madman. As Srimati Radharani talked inconsistently when she met with Uddhava, so also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu relished both day and night such ecstatic talk in the mood of Srimati Radharani. We stop here. Jai. Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki jai. Ādi-līlā, chapter 13, the advent of Lord Chaitanya ki jai. Jai Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Swāmī Maharaj ki jai. His Divine Grace Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swāmī Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Gurudev. Then we're reading In the Light of Loving Devotion by His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Rakak Śrīdhar Swāmī Maharaj. Chapter 7, Key to the House of Transformation. Paragraph Energy Efficient System. Our life is a dependent life. We are always...
Sorry to interrupt you. I think this one we read it.
You read it already?
Can you just keep going after what you just
Stages
said?
of progress?
No, our life is...
Okay, our life is a dependent life.
Yeah.
We are always dependent. Dependent on Him, on the Lord.
We read it.
You read that?
And we finished this part, yeah.
You finished that paragraph? The next one, stages of progress?
I think we did it.
Hmm?
Yeah, we should start there.
Okay. Stages of progress. In this way, our approach must be systematic, not haphazard. First, you must learn what to want. What is your prospect in life? For what should you seek? In the stage of Shravana Das, by giving careful attention, hearing about Krishna consciousness and its different prospects, we begin our search. Then Varanadas, the selection. These are the different prospects extended to me. What should I select? There are different rasas, Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhura. After hearing about all such prospects, now in the Varanadas stage, we have to make our selection and to accept the agent for that. With the internal approval of our heart, Hridayena Abhyanam Nujata. Yes, this is it. This is where I belong, my own real life, my own real self. for whom I was searching for so long. I have found it here. Here I have found my guide. I can rely on him. I can place myself at his disposal. Then my fortune will be increased and guaranteed. Then sadhana does the proper practices and the progress we begin in our life. Gradually we shall feel our home environment. Yes, I'm coming home. I'm feeling this to be my home. This is the stage of prapanadas, to feel our home. Next there is apanadas, that is, to help others also come to their home. These are the stages of progress, and they are all included in Sambandha Gyan, that is, the estimation of ourselves and of the environment. Who am I? Where am I? What is my position at present? And what should be my ultimate destination? And how to attain that? Our practical engagement towards that goal is abhideya, or the means to the end. Then prajojana, the goal. In that goal, that destination, what will be our remuneration? Our salary there. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prays, Dasakari Vetana More Deya Premadana. My salary will be loving service. We will have more love, more affection to march forward, more energy to march forward towards that destination. Our Vetana salary, our inner salary, will be increased energy to discharge our duty. So Sambandha Gyan is the foundation. It is analysis of the environment and our own position. That environment includes many things, including the relationships of the master, the friend and the servant. With this understanding, we are to march on, abhideya. Then prajojana, the goal, the attainment, the payment. Under these three headings, Sambandha, abhideya, prajojana, we have to understand things in a systematic way. Part 2. The Journey Home. Affectionate Connection, Chapter 8. Break the spell. Mostly we are captured by the allurement of the external appearance of things, of the cover, of that which we can grasp with our senses. The eye, ear, tongue, the touch, the nose. We are captivated there, and that is the danger. But we must pierce through the coverings to find out and come in connection with what is within, with the truth proper. All our apparent charm for the coverings must be broken to pieces and removed. We are to dive deep into the innermost substance within us and get back our real connection with Him, with our Lord, ignoring the coverings over our own selves, the outer representations of body and mind. We must look to the necessity of our deeper person, our real self within. At the same time, piercing through all the coverings of the environment, that which we see outside ourselves in the world, we shall also try to connect with the innermost substance. These coverings must both be eliminated, that is to say, not eliminated altogether, but we must go through them to discover the substance within, and that substance's own real interest. Then we shall be able to have proper knowledge and proper adjustment, both inner and outer proper adjustment with the whole. This is very deep, right? breaking the spell that we look outside, the coverings with our eyes and with our mind. But we have to see from our deep soul that everything is connected with the Lord, and that we don't see it for our
expectation.
Yeah, our enjoyment, expectation. In short, making too much of the outer representation of things and ignoring the inner substance is bad. We are ignoring the soul, the conscious entity, the knower. In the material aspect of our existence also, both gross and subtle, our understanding is also maladjusted. We are making much of the physical body, but ignoring the mind and ignoring the intelligence, the valuable faculty of judgment within. The wealth within. If we are too much busy with the external covering of ourself, the body, flesh and bone, we will be misguided. And in relationship to the environment, if we concentrate only on the outside, on the external appearance of things, that is to ignore the truth, because within there is so much of value, there is immense wealth to be had. A man with a good body, but not a good mental system, what is his position? His body is good looking, but there is derangement of his mentality, no good judgment faculty, no magnanimity of heart. He is lacking in all such good qualities. That is a very deficient condition, because the wealth is within. Similarly, in our experience of the world, we are to know that the real wealth is within, and we must not allow ourselves to be charmed by the cover, by whatever appears to us on the outside. In this way, we are to move in our vision, in our understanding from deep to deeper to deepest, and we must be benefited. Very, very nice. It means actually to get our ego out of the way, because the ego sees the things with the mind, with the senses. And the ego, get the ego out of the way and feeling deeper. I'm a servant. I'm a servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. I'm here to do something of service. That's it. Then we can eradicate the mind and the senses and our ego interfering of, I don't like it, I like it. Also with persons or with things. I'm here to serve. I'm here to calm the whole outer covering, or my senses and my mind and my intelligence interacting with the outer coverings in the material world. No. Trying to learn to go deeper and get myself, my ego out of the way. I'm here, I'm a servant of my Guru. I'm a servant of the Lord. And then happiness comes. Then my fulfillment comes. Any comments? Any? Jai, in the light of loving devotion, Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Bhakti Rakak Śrīdhar Swāmī Maharaj, Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Gurudev. You want to sing Hari Haraya, please?
I come towards you. Let's make some adjustments.
Turn. Oh, you come here.
No, I'll sit by you. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Namaha.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya
Madhavaya
Keshavaya.
Gopala Govinda Ram Srimad Vusudhana.
Gopala Govinda Ram Srimad Vusudhana.
Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohana.
Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohana.
Shri Caitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Shri Caitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Garadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Garadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha.
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha.
Shri Jiva Gopala Vata Rasa Raghunatha.
Shri Jiva Gopala Vata Rasa Raghunatha.
Jai Gosai Kori Charana Vandana.
Jai Gosai Kori Charana Vandana.
Jai Tarinana Savishta Purana.
Jai Tarinana Savishta Purana.
Jai Gosai Jaramui Taradasa.
Jai Gosai Jaramui Taradasa.
Dasavara Parare Mura Panchagrasa. Tadera Charana Sevi Bhakta Samivasa. Janame Janame Mura Ādi-līlā. Jai Gosai Jave Braje Koila Vasa. Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakasha. Anande Golo Hari Bhaja Vindavana. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Machayamana. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pada Padma Kariyasha. Hari Nam Sankirtana Koe Narottama Dasa. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Parikara Sisi Kuranga Sundar Radha Giridhari Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Sila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Sila Bhakti Rakak Sila Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Bhagavan Sila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namacharya Sila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Om Vishnupad Vishwavarena Sila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swāmī Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Caitanya Saraswat Mat Sri Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Granta Rachima Bhagavatam Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees Ki Jai. All glories to the world devotees Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Gita Gaur Premanande
Hari Bol. Sachi Devī Ki Jai.